First time running into this. Trying to put this hub adapter onto this rotor so I can resurface the rotor. I'm doing brakes. And I took it off the left side. I already resurfaced the left side. And it doesn't fit. So I'm like, I look from the top here, and every single one of these studs is evenly bent in. So I can no longer put this hub on. Okay. I do have aftermarket rims, so that is most likely the culprit. Peek a gander right here. You can see they're missing their hub-centric, the centering rings. These aftermarket shitty rims come with this little plastic ring that you're supposed to set over the hub, and it helps center these wheels. You look right here, right there, and right there. You can see stud marks. That's why you don't buy cheap aftermarket rims, especially ones that need centering rings. And if you do, definitely make sure you put those centering rings on. Come over here, you can see I cut this one just fine. And these studs are nice and straight. These do use these Gorilla lugs, which are tapered right here, so that should hypothetically center the wheel onto the hub, but it needs those centering rings to help it center. Peek a gander at this one. Little mark there, little mark there. These aftermarket rims are eating away at these studs. And I've seen broken studs from this, but I've never seen studs that are all evenly bent in. This went from a front brake job to you need a wheel hub and a bearing, because you cannot just replace these studs without pulling the hub out. You can't pull out the hub without separating the bearing. If you separate the bearing, you cannot put it back together. There's going to be issues, or there likely could be issues. So I need to replace the wheel bearing and the entire hub. Since I'm already pulling out the hub, I might as well replace the whole hub with all new studs on that new hub. So tight. Lovely update for you, bud. Replaced the right front hub on this car with the bearing. Was able to resurface this rotor, finish up the front brake job, did the rear brake job, went to throw on these aftermarket wheels, and what do you know? This wheel does not fit on this brand new hub. You can see all the studs are touching the wheel right there. So, cool, tight. Take that back off, and this is the hub that was on the vehicle. All the studs were bent in. I had to literally hit every stud with a hammer to straighten them out just to get the damn rotor off the car. Stick this on. Fits in there pretty good, right? I have another hub right here. It's the same pattern for this vehicle, and the studs aren't bent. And what do you fucking know? It does not fit in there. Take it over to this one, and she fits like a glove. So I'm like, cool, tight. Look at the markings on the inside of these aftermarket rims. You see 18M, 17 times 7.5J. Come over here, and we see 18M, 17 times 7.5J. They all have the same markings on them, and they are all the same aftermarket wheel. At least it seemed that way. But yeah, so I talked to the advisor. The advisor told me this customer just got these rims installed like 2 weeks ago at a Discount Tire or something like that. And so, yeah, I think we figured out Blue's Clues on why all of these studs got bent in. And it is because this wheel is either manufactured incorrectly or it is misstamped, and it's not for this vehicle. And somebody decided to cram jam it the fuck on the hub and torque it down, bending all the studs in, and honestly risking the customer's life. So let the customer know I'm going to throw the spare tire on the vehicle, and they're going to take it back to whoever put these wheels on, and they're probably going to end up paying for that hub and bearing. I also found that their spare tire was at 3 psi. Check your spare tire pressure, folks. Stop buying aftermarket cheap rims, especially the ones that need centering rings. And if they do need centering rings, make sure you have them on the car. Little tech tip for you, bud. Bing bong.